Welcome back to Everyday Woman. And you would think with our youth-obsessed culture that, once you hit a certain age, life is over. But we have Debra Johnson here to tell you she's over 50 and she's loving it.
Yes.
Life is not over. So tell us about that.
Well, technically, I'm writing my book on 60.
All right.
Growing up at 60. And I tell you, if you're working your passion, you never regret another decade. It's when you're doing nothing that you regret getting older, because you feel you're wasting your life. But if you're working your purpose, you're looking forward to whatever's coming up.
Well, and you have so much experience to be able to, move things along faster and to know exactly what you want, why you're doing it.
Exactly. I'm going to school now because I want to. I didn't start my first master's until I was 50. I'm working on my third master's at 60 and my doctorate. And I plan on getting a grant by faith, out there by faith, to go to Africa and take some young people, because I believe that's where I started. And if I'm growing up at 60, I want to encompass everything. And I think seniors out there, it's never too late until you're gone and buried. That's who I'm really talking to, because our youth need a lot of role models that's been there and been through.
And to know that, because even for me, I did, career switch. I studied one thing. Now I'm doing something completely different. And it feels like, oh, I wish I would have just, been able to high school really throw myself into what I'm doing now.
Yes.
And follow my passion. So it feels like, oh, I'm late. But what you're telling me is you're not late.
No.
You're just at the right time.
Yes. And of course, it's hard for me writing my papers, my research papers, and I'm 60, and here it is, it's hard. And what would have taken me minutes at 30 and 40 is taking me a little longer, because I'm long-winded. I got to bring it down. You can't tell them everything you did because there's so many years there. So you have to go, oh, Lord, I think the hardest thing for me is to reel it in.
And what about things like, the new technology and all the different ways you've got to reinvent yourself?
Yes. Oh, well, my thesis. Well, the benefit with me is I retired from corporate America in communications, that big phone company that divested and stuff. So 34 years working for corporate America, just over broke job. I got that. I did the typing, 100 words a minute on the regular hard type. So that was good. And my thesis for my human development master's was the game has changed. Teaching and learning with the first digital generation. I've gotten hits on it already, because we're still in the first digital generation.
Well, and one of the things I find with talking to older relatives is in some ways they're holding on to the past of like, oh, well, I did it this way, and oh, youth is losing, communication styles. But it's not that they're losing it; they're developing new ways of communicating, and how can we keep up with it and keep fresh with it, and still have it be, authentic to you.
Well, one thing I know, no matter how much technology we have, we need to keep with the 3-generation model, period. All right? You need to have 3 generations connected, or else you'll have a stupid middle. So you have to have that elder, like in the African tribes, sucking up with the youngest of the tribe, so you have a healthy middle. And we lose that. We're saying one or the other, but John Dewey says no, not either or, both and. And if the grandmothers would embrace and say, hey, baby, show me how to work that little thing you have, even if they know how to.
It's so important for all the generations. All of us are important to have things to contribute. It's not just that youth culture out there. So tell me, you're out there busy and working it, but how do you relax?
I just went to a spa, the one in Corona, Glen Ivy, and relaxed. I'm learning how to relax, but believe it or not, my room is a cocoon. And I call that total darkness, no technology, no lights, no clocks, no TV, nothing in the room.
Important to
total dark, water and air. That's it.
You can't ask for more than that.
You can't even hit that. That's one way I do. And then I write, I walk, I read. But everything is connected. Everything is connected. So my relaxation is my passion.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. And I love that idea of that, all of us have something to give.
Helping your child tap into their inner smile, support, motivate, invest, love, and educate.
Well, you can't ask for more than that, and we have more when we come back with everything.